Okay, chapter 5.4, equations of straight lines. Okay, straight line. Okay, straight line is, there are four types of straight lines. One is going up, so right end. Look at the end of this line. So if the right side, if the end of the right side is going up, as you go to the right, it's increasing. And there is another line. There are another one which is horizontal line. And there is the right end is going down. And the last one is a vertical line. Is a vertical line. Okay, so depending on the type of these lines, always there is an equation for each line. So usually we write the equation in y is equal to slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. This is the slope-intercept form. This is in slope-intercept form because m is the slope, and b is the y-coordinate of the y-intercept. This is y-coordinate of the y-intercept. Okay, so y-intercept. Y-intercept is when x equals 0, y is b always. X equals 0, y is b. So look at this. If you plug in 0 for x, then mx becomes 0. So y is equal to b. So that the y value, so b value, in this case the b coordinate will be the y value. So mx plus b. So in this case, the slope is always greater than 0. If the right end is going up, then the slope is always positive. Remember, always positive. So for example, so like 2x plus 1. So if right end is going up, then the slope is positive. And if the y-coordinate is 1, then you can write it 2x plus 1. Okay, the line is horizontal. It's horizontal line. Then what is the slope? Okay, slope is m, right? M. Then m is equal to what? 0, right? 0. M equals to 0. So if m equals 0, what happens? M equals 0, then m times x is 0. Right? Y equals mx plus b. Then this will be 0, right? 0. So what we have is y is equal to b. What is the b value? It's the coordinates, y coordinate, that intersect at the y-axis. So y equals b. So horizontal line, the equation of horizontal line is y equals b. B is the y value, right? Y value of the line. And if the right end is going down, the slope is equal to what? Negative, less than 0. So m is less than 0. So for example, y equals negative 2x plus 1, something like this. Because the y-intercept, it doesn't matter what the y-intercept is, but the slope is negative value. Okay, if a line is vertical, then this is special case. The slope is what? Slope is undefined. And in this case, the equation is m equals, not y equals, x equals the x value. So let's say some number 3. X equals x value. Make sense? So there are 4 types of straight lines, and for each line there are equations. There's an equation that represents the line. Okay, so please make sure that if the right end is going up, then the slope is positive. If it's a horizontal line, then the equation is y equals the y value. The slope is negative if right end is going down. And the vertical line, then the equation is x equals, not y equals. Okay, so wholly vertex, remember? Wholly vertex. This means this is the equation of horizontal line, right? Horizontal line, which is y is equal to the y value, let's say 2. Okay, that's the wholly. And the vertex means Vertex is the equation of vertical line. Equation of the vertical line. That is x equals x value, something like that. Okay, other than this, other than horizontal and vertical line, equation is y equals mx plus b. Okay, mx plus b. So y equals mxb is, okay, this is the slope-intercept form, right? We call this slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Okay, slope-intercept form, which means, m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. Okay, and then there's another form, point slope formula. Point slope. Okay, let's use a formula instead of formula. Point slope formula. Okay, this means, okay, x1 and y1 is a point. There are a point on the line, point on a straight line, and then let's say m is the slope. M is the slope. Okay, m is the slope. Then the point slope formula is this. We can write an equation of this line, that passes through this point, and the slope is m. Then we can write it like this: y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, very important formula. So memorize this. Okay, slope-intercept formula is what? Slope-intercept formula is y equals mx plus b. This one, y equals mx plus b. And then point slope formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. In this case, x1 and y1 is a point, given. Okay, it's a point on the given straight line. So let me give you an example. So I want to find the equation of a straight line, and that line is passing through, let's say, 2 and 4, and let's say also another point. There are 2 points. So what is 3 and let's say and 7, like this. So I want to find the straight line that passes through these 2 points. So since 2 points are given, once you connect these 2 points, it is a straight line, right? Straight line. So we must have slope. Okay, slope and a point. Okay, so first of all, we have to find the slope, which is slope. What is the slope formula? Rise over run. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the slope. So in order to write an equation, we need a slope and point. Slope and a point, so that we can use this information to write an equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, so let's find the slope first. So y2 minus 1, 7 minus 4 over 3 minus 2, then 3 over 1. So the slope is 3. Okay, so we know that the slope is 3. We found a slope, and then we need 1 point. So let's use any point. So let's use any point. Let's use this point. Okay, then x1, y1. So 2 will be x1 and 4 will be y1, right? So the formula is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So plug in all this information. So m equals 3. Okay, y1. Okay, y minus y1 is 4. M is 3. And x minus x1. x1 is 2. Okay. So we just wrote all the information in point slope formula. Using the point slope formula, we wrote an equation, right? We wrote an equation. So from this equation, simplify the equation so that we can write it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Okay, let's simplify this. And then distribute, move minus 4 to the other side. Then y is equal to 3x minus 2. So this is the equation. Okay, y equals 3x minus 4. This equation, once you graph this equation, then this will pass 2 and 4, 2 points, 2 and 4 and 37, and then it will be a straight line. Okay. So this is not actually difficult. What you have to do is you have to find always we need to find the slope and 1 point. Then use y minus y1 equals m x minus 1, x minus x1, m times x minus x1, or y equals mx plus b to write an equation. Okay. To write an equation, what do we need? We need to find out the slope and 1 point. Slope and 1 point. And then use either point slope formula or slope intercept formula to write an equation. Okay. All right, then let's try examples. Okay, example 1. Find the equation of the line that has slope 3. So slope is given. All right. So slope, this means the slope is 3 and passing through a point. This is the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept. Since this is the y-intercept, y-intercept always x equals 0. Y-intercept always x is equal to 0, right? So y-intercept, then always the y value b, this y value is the value of b. So why don't we use y equals mx plus b? Y equals mx plus b. So if y-intercept is given, then use slope intercept formula. Okay, y-intercept is given, always x equals 0. Use slope intercept formula, Use slope intercept formula. Okay, so use the slope intercept formula. So it's much easier. So in this case, y equals m. M is given, which is 3x. Then the b value is 2, right? B value is 2. That's it. Done. Because if x equals 0, y equals 2. So if you plug in 0 for x, then mx will be 0, that's 0. So y equals b. Then the value of when x equals 0, y equals 2. So once you plug in 2, y value is 2, so b is 2. Okay, you're not sure? Okay, let's plug in a point. So from here, no. So m equals 2, right? M equals 2. So let me try one more time. Y equals 3x plus b, right? Plus b. Then we want to find b. But the point is given. X equals 0, y equals 2. So plug in this one. Then y equals 0, x equals what? So y equals 2. Y equals 2 when x equals 0, right? So what we did is just plug in these two values. This is x1, y1, right? Okay, then 2 is equal to b. So we found b. This means b value is equal to 2. So finally, we have this equation. Make sense? So whenever a given point is a y-intercept, then use slope-intercept formula. Slope-intercept formula, so that we can just directly plug in the b value and then the slope. So m and b. M and b will be directly substituted, replaced by its values. Very simple. Okay, problem 1. Okay, we want to find the equation of a line whose slope is 4/3 and passing through this y-intercept, 0 and -1. So y-intercept is given. Okay, when we write an equation, we need two things. One is slope and point. Slope and point. Don't forget, slope and point. Okay, slope is given, point is given. So we can use either point slope formula or slope-intercept formula. We can use either mx plus b or y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. We can use either one of this, right? So if a y-intercept is given, use slope-intercept formula. Okay, use this guy. Use the first one. Use slope-intercept formula. That's easy. So we want to use slope-intercept formula. Okay. Use the slope-intercept formula. Because what? Y-intercept is given, right? Because y-intercept is given. Because a y-intercept is given. Y-intercept is given, use slope-intercept formula. So slope-intercept formula is y equals mx plus b. And then what we do is just plug in all these m and b values. So m is 4/3 x, b is what? -1, right? -1. Done. Simple. So if x equals 0, then y is -1. That is true. And the slope is 4/3. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Just use slope-intercept formula using the slope, given slope, and the y-intercept. Okay, exercise 2. This exercise 2, okay, also we want to find the equation of the straight line that contains the point 3 and -3, and the slope is 2/3. It has a slope 2/3. Okay, look at this. This 3 and -3 is, this is not y-intercept, not a y-intercept. Okay, then then it is better to use the slope, point slope formula. Point slope formula. Okay. Oh, you may also use point slope-intercept form, but it doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter. But in this case, let's use point slope formula. Okay, point slope formula. So what's the point slope formula? Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So always, when we write an equation, we need two things. What are they? Slope and point. Okay, slope and point. So we have a slope and we have a point. So since we have slope and point, let's use any formula. You can use point slope formula or use either. Okay, let me use either. It actually doesn't matter. Usually either the point slope formula or slope-intercept formula. Slope-intercept formula. It doesn't matter actually. Okay, actually it doesn't matter. So first of all, let's use point slope formula. And then let's try both formula. Okay, both. All right, so this is the point slope formula. Point slope, point is coming first. Point comes first, right? y1, x1. y1 comes first. So this is point slope formula. And point comes first, slope comes later. Okay, so point slope formula. So y minus y1. y1 is -3. Okay, so this is x1, right? x1. This is y1. So y1 is -3. So put parentheses around -3. Slope is 2/3. And then x minus x1. x1 is 3. All right, so we replaced m and x1, y1. So now simplify this so that we can write it m equals something. So y plus 3 is equal to 2/3 x. And then minus 3 cancel out. Okay, 3 cancel out, right? So y plus 3 is equal to 2/3 x minus 2, and then minus 3 each side. Then y is equal to 2/3 x minus 5. Okay, so this is the equation that, that contains the point 3 and negative 3 and has slope 2/3. Okay. So what I did is I used the point slope formula to find the equation. Okay, let's use slope intercept formula. Okay, slope intercept formula equals y equals mx plus b. Okay, we use the slope intercept formula if the given point is y-intercept, but this is not the y-intercept. 3 and negative 3 is not a y-intercept, right? So actually it doesn't matter. Okay, so from here, from here the slope is given 2/3, right? And then point is 3 and negative 3. Even this is not the y-intercept, it's okay. I will just plug in, I will just use this one for x and this one for y. Okay, so first of all, m is 2/3, so rewrite it, y equals 2/3 x plus b. All right, and then we need to find b, right? Find the b, but in order to find b, we need the values of x and y. X and y. So this x and y will be replaced by the given point 3 and negative 3. Okay, 3 and negative 3. So y is negative 3, and then 2/3 x is 3, right? X equals 3 plus b. And then simplify, so negative 3 equals 2 plus b, then minus 2 each side. Then negative 5 is equal to b. So we know that from here b equals negative 5, right? Negative 5. So from the equation, y is equal to 2/3 x, b is negative 5, so minus 5. So we have this equation. Can you see it? So actually it doesn't matter. You can use either slope intercept formula or point slope formula to write an equation. But the most important thing is we need two things: slope and point. Slope and point. If slope is not given, find the slope. If point is not given, find the point. And then we can use either point slope formula or what? Slope intercept formula. Okay, let's try example 2. Okay, slope is given, a point is given. So let's find the equation that that satisfies this information. Okay, equation of the line. Okay, let's use point slope formula first. Point slope formula, y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, right? So m is given, and the point, what is the point? 4 and negative 2, right? Negative 2, and then this will be x1, negative 2 will be y1. M is 3/2. So y minus y1. y1 is negative 2. 3/2 times m is 3/2. The x minus x1. x1 is what? 4. Right? 4. So y plus 2 is equal to 3/2x minus 3/2 times 4. Then then simplify each term. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? 2, so this will be 6. And then minus 2 each side. Then y is equal to 3/2x minus 8. So this is the equation whose slope is 3/2 and passing through the point 4 and negative 2. So if x equals 4, right? X equals 4, then what is it? 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 8 is 2, negative 2. So yes, this is correct. Okay, so let's use point slope formula. Let's use this time let's use slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. Okay, first of all, we know the slope, so replace m with 3/2. The next step, let's find b using the given point. Using the given point. Okay. So y is negative 2, 3/2x plus, what is x? X is 4, right? X is 4 plus b. So let's find b from here. So negative 2 is equal to, reduce it. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus b. Then minus 6 each side. So negative 8 is equal to b. Since b is negative 8, from this original equation, we can replace this b with -8. Right? So we got the same answer. So same equation. All right. So if the given point is y-intercept, then use this guy. Use slope-intercept form. But other than that, it doesn't matter. But I recommend using point-slope formula. I recommend this point-slope formula. Okay, example number 3. Okay, this time we want to use the point-slope formula to find the equation of the line that passes through the point whose coordinates are -2 and -1. So this is a point, right? Point. So the line is passing through this point, and the slope is 3/2. So this is the slope, right? Slope. So what is the point-slope formula? Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. It says to use this point-slope formula. So write the formula and then replace all the points or the slope and the point x1 and y1 with the given information. So y minus y1. Y minus y1 is what? Okay, this is the point, right? Point. So the point is, so x value, this is the x value, and -1 is the x1, y1, right? x1 and y1. Okay, x1, this is y1, right? So let's double check. So m is what? What's the m value? 3/2. What is the point? The given point is -2 and -1. So -2 will be substituted for x1, and -1 is the y1 value. So y minus y1 is equal to m 3/2 times x minus x1 is -2. All right, then y plus 1. Then simplify this one. So 3/2. Look at this. Minus, negative is positive, right? Opposite of -2 is +2. Okay, so y plus 1 is equal to, now distribute 3/2x, and then plus 3/2 times 2, right? Then y plus 1 is equal to 3/2x. 2 cancel out, so we have 3. Then finally, -1 each side, so y is equal to 3/2x plus 2. So this is the equation. So when we write an equation, we usually write the equation in point-slope form. Okay. So usually write an equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, usually we write it like this. Usually. Okay, problem number 3. Okay, we want to find the equation of the line passing through the point 5 and 4, and whose slope is 2/5. Okay, so let's use point-slope formula. Okay, let's use point-slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, if the given point is y-intercept, then we will use slope-intercept form. But this is just a point, so we will just use the point-slope formula. So y minus y1. Okay, so what is the slope? 2/5, right? And then 5 will be used for what? X1, and 4 is what? Y1. Okay, so y minus y1. Y1 is 4. Slope is 2/5. X minus x1. X1 is 5, right? Okay, so from here, let's simplify. Y minus 4 is equal to 2/5 times x minus 2/5 times 5. Distribute, right? So y minus 4 is equal to 2 over 5x minus, cancel out 5, 2. And then move minus 4 to the other side. So y is equal to 2/5 x plus 2. Okay, that's it. So this is the equation whose slope is 2/5 and then passing through the point 5 and 4. Okay, simple, huh? Very simple. All right, let's try next example. Okay, example 4 is, okay, let's find the equation of the line that passes through the points. There are 2 points. So line is passing through 2 points. All right, so when you find an equation, we need 2 things, right? We need 2 things. What are they? Okay, we need 2 things. I will say just things. Okay, 2 things. What are they? Okay, good. Point and 1 point. Okay, 1 point. You don't need, more than 1 point. Just 1 point and, okay, 1 point. Let me write a 1 point and slope. Okay, so we have a 2 point. 2 points are given, so we have enough points. We can use either one of these 2 points, but slope is not given, right? Slope is not given. Not given, right? Slope is not given. Then what do we do? Okay, if it's not given, what we do is find the slope, right? Find the slope. Okay, find the slope. So from this, can we find the slope? How do we find the slope? Do we have enough information to find the slope? Yes, we have enough information because since 2 points are given, we can find the slope, right? Slope. So m is equal to, what is m? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can find the slope, right? So here's -4, -5, and 8 and 4. So 2 points are given. Let's use this is x1, y1, first point, but this is the second point. So x2, x2, and this is y2, right? Y2. So the slope is y2, which is 4 minus -5 over x2, 8 minus -4. Then this is equal to 4 plus 5 over 8 plus 4. Then 9 over 12. Simplify, then 3 over 4. So the slope of this line is 3/4. Can you see it? Right, slope. So we found the slope. So let's use any point, any one of these points. Which point do you want to use? Okay, let's use, anything's fine. Let's use the second point, 8 and 4. Why? Because we don't want to use negative number. Positive number is much better. So let's use this. So since we have slope and point, we can find the equation. Then which formula do you want to use? Okay, let's use point slope formula. Okay, use point slope formula, right? Y. Okay, so we have, let me write it here. We have the slope and point. So use the slope, use the point, intercept, point slope formula. Point slope formula. Okay, so y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And then y minus y1, what's the y1? Okay, we are using this point, 8 and 4. So y1 is 4, right? Okay, so this is x1 and this is y1. Okay, and then slope is 3/4 x minus x1. Okay, then y minus 4 equals 3/4 x minus 3/4 times 8. Then y minus 4 equals 3/4 x minus reduce, so that is 6. And plus 4 each side. Then y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Okay, so that's the equation. This is pretty long, right? Pretty long, but actually it doesn't matter. In order to write an equation, we need two things. What are they? One, point and slope. Point and slope. So if point is not given, find the point. If slope is not given, find the slope. Always, the given information is enough to find the slope. So if 2 points are given, use the slope formula. Okay, use the slope formula. Use the slope formula. Slope formula. What's the slope formula? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. All right. So once you find the slope, then use one of the formula, your point slope formula, or slope intercept formula. Right? Slope intercept formula. So in this case, I will use point slope formula to write an equation. Okay, let's try problem 4. Okay, problem 4, 2 points are given. So let's find the equation of the point of the slope. Find the equation of the line passing through these 2 points. So first, we need to know what? Slope and point. So, okay, slope. Slope is not given, then we have to find the slope, right? Slope. So let's find the slope. Okay, find the equation. The question is find the equation. Find the equation of the line. That's the equation. That's the question. So first of all, we need to find the slope. Okay. Find the slope. Slope. First, right? First. Okay, so slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so let's use x1 and y1. So this will be the first point, x1, and this will be y1. This is x1, x2, y2. Second point, x2, and this is y2. Right? Okay, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is equal to negative 1 plus 9 over 1 plus 3. So 8 over 4, which is 2. So we found the slope. Slope is 2, right? Slope is 2. And then let's use any point. So why don't we use 1 and negative 1? Okay, so number 2. Use this. And then what? To write an equation. So let's use this and point slope formula. And the point slope formula. Okay, so that is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So always, we need slope and a point. Slope and a point. If slope is not given, find this. So we found the slope. So since there are 2 points, we can use any of these 2 points. And then use using these 2 points, using a point and slope, we will also use point slope formula to write an equation. So y minus y1, which is negative 1, equals m times x minus x1. So this is the equation, but we need to simplify the equation. So rewrite the equation in slope formula, slope intercept formula. So minus 1 each side. Then y equals 2x minus 3. Okay. Done, huh? Done. Finished. So that's the equation. So once you graph this equation, then that graph will pass through these 2 given points. Okay. Okay, let's try some more examples. Okay, 2 points are given, so let's find the equation of the line passing through these 2 points. So first of all, we need to find the slope, right? Slope. What's the slope? y2 minus y1 equals over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus 1, negative 2. Look at this. Negative 2. Oh, look at this. You know, what happened? Okay. The y values are the same, right? Y values are the same. What happens if y values are the same? You know, y coordinates of 2 points are same. Then the numerator is 0. It's a horizontal line. Okay, let's check anyway. So negative 2 minus negative 2 over x2 minus x1. Then this is equal to 2 negative 2 plus 2 over 2 plus 4. So that is 0 over 6, right? So this means m is equal to 0. Okay, what do you mean by m equals 0? This means slope is 0, right? Slope is 0. So this is horizontal line. Isn't it? Horizontal line. Horizontal line. Horizontal line. So what's the equation of horizontal line? Y equals the y value, right? Y equals the y value. So what's the y value? Negative 2. So wholly, remember wholly? Wholly, which means y equals to y value with negative 2. So that is the equation. Or you can use the slope inertia formula, point slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, right? So y minus y1. And then let's use this point. And then also use any point. Let's use 2n minus negative 2. Let's use this point. Okay. Then y minus y1 is equal to 0. X minus x1. Then this y plus 2 is equal to 0 times something is 0, isn't it? 0. So y is equal to negative 2, right? Look at this. Y equals negative 2. That's the equation. Y equals negative 2. Done. That's it. So this is important. Okay, when we have the slope is 0, slope is 0 means, you know, m multiplied by x is 0. So y equals negative 2. Horizontal line. Slope is 0, what? It's horizontal line. It's horizontal line. If it's horizontal line, then the equation is what? Y equals to y value. Y equals to y value. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, from this, let's find the equation. Let's find the equation. Okay, so in order to find the equation, let's find the slope first. Slope, y2 minus y1. Okay, negative 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 3. Then negative 8 over 0. This is undefined, right? Undefined. What do you mean by undefined? You know, the x values are the same. X values are the same. Then, you know, x coordinates of 2 points are same. Then isn't it a vertical line, right? Vertical line. Yeah, it's a vertical line. Since it's a vertical line, you know, the denominator is 0. So it's undefined, right? Undefined. Slope is undefined. That means it's a vertical line, right? Vertical line. So this means vertical line. Vertical line, right? Vertical line like this. Vertical line. Then what's the equation of the vertical line? Vertex. Remember? Vertex. So equation is what? X equals the x value. What's the x value of the point? 3, right? 3. That's it. You know, special case, isn't it? This is special case. So these two examples are special case. If 2 points, given 2 points, forms a straight line, forms a horizontal line, then the equation is y equals the y coordinate, y value. If 2 points makes a vertical line, then the equation is what? X equals the x value. Okay, very important. Okay, we are done.